Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we'll learn how to create a stylish navigation bar with icons using HTML and CSS. As you can see on the screen, we have a sleek navigation bar with icons that can be used for various purposes on your website. So let's get started. Here we have a div element with the class menu. This is the container for your navigation bar. Next, we have a div element with the class menu box and add a custom attribute data title with the value like. Okay, first add our font awesome serial. Which is used to display icons in the navigation bar. Now let's set icon from the font awesome. Inside the menu box, we have created a span element with the class heart icon. It uses font awesome class to display the icon. Next, we have a div element with the class menu box and add a custom attribute data title with the value start. Here we use rocket menu icon. Next, we have a div element with the class menu box and add a custom attribute data title with the value search. Here we use search menu icon. Next, we have a div element with the class menu box and add a custom attribute data title with the value learn. Here we use brain menu icon. So we follow a similar structure, each representing a menu item with different icon and a data title attribute to specify the title. Now let's set CSS. Here we have a universal selector. We set the padding and margin to 0. And the box sizing is set to border box, so that ensure the padding and border are included in the element. Now let's tell the body element. Here width is set to 100%, so that make the body occupy the full width. Mean height is set to 90 VH. Font family is set to sans serif. Line height is set to 1.5. Display is set to flex. Flex direction is set to column. Align item is set to center. So they center the element horizontally. Justify content is set to center. So they center the element vertically. And here we set the background color white. Now let's style the element with the class menu. Here width is set to 90%. Max width is set to 320 pixel. Height is set to 68 pixel. Display is set to flex so that it use flashbox. Align item is set to center. Justify content is set to space evenly so that it space item horizontally. Background color is set to white. Border radius is set to 10 pixels so that it add rounded corner. And here we add a box shadow. Margin is set to 20 pixel on auto. So we set the margin for centering. Now we have menu box and menu box 1 to a CSS class. Here position is set to relative. Width and height is set to 50 pixel. So they set the width and height of each element to 50 pixel. Display is set to flex. Align item and justify content is set to center. So they center the content vertically and horizontally. Overflow is set to hidden so that it hide any content that overflow. And the cursor is set to pointer. Now let's select the first element with the class menu box. And select the first element with the class menu box 1. Here we set the color to red. Now let's select the second element. Here we set the color to purple. Now let's select the third element. Here we set the color to navy, that is blue. And in the fourth element we set the color to orange. Now let's set before schedule element. Here position is set to absolute. Content, here set the content of the schedule element. It use the attribute data title so that it retrieve the value of the data title attribute from the HTML and display it. Top is set to 36%, left is set to 50%. So they center the schedule element horizontally. Most transform is set to translate y 60 pixel and translate y minus 50%. WebKit transform is set to translate y 60 pixel and translate x minus 50%. Next we set the transform to translate y 60 pixel and translate x minus 50%. Here we set the Z index to 10 so that it stack the order of the schedule element. Font size is set to 12 pixel. Font family is set to inherit So they inherit the font family from the parent element. Letter spacing is set to 0.52 pixel, so they add a smaller amount of letter spacing. And here we set the transition to 300 milliseconds. So they add a smooth transition effect. Now let's set before when the menu box element is being hovered. Here most transform is set to translate y 0 and translate x minus 50%. WebKit transform is set to translate y 0 and translate x minus 50%. So the transformation that occurs on hover, transform is set to translate y 0 and translate x minus 50%. So they keep the sheet element centered horizontally as it originally centered during its initial. Now let's target the menu icon class inside a menu box when the menu box is being hovered. Here we add a mouse transform is set to translate y minus 60 pixel and WebKit transform is set to translate y minus 60 pixel. And transform is set to translate y minus 60 pixel. Now let's style the menu icon. Here we set the display to inline block. Transition is set to 350 millisecond. Mouse transform is set to translate y 0. WebKit transform is set to translate y 0. So the elements are initially not transformed and remain on the default position. Okay, in the search icon, I put to forward the menu icon. Yeah. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more web development tutorials.